The light gathers into a soft, amber glow, guiding you gently into the library of unread letters, where endless shelves rise in perfect silence, each one holding envelopes that shimmer with faint, patient light. You feel your body growing heavier on the bed, every breath slower and deeper, as the day's tensions dissolve like ink in water. There is no fear here, only boundless love, acceptance, and the quiet certainty that every word ever meant to be shared waits in perfect timing. The amber light envelops you like warm honey, lifting you effortlessly upward until the familiar world fades below. Ahead, the library opens vast and welcoming, an immense hall of polished wood and glowing parchment, bathed in perpetual twilight that never quite becomes night. The air is scented with vanilla, old paper, and the faint sweetness of sealed wax, soothing your senses into complete calm. Every shelf holds letters that have chosen gentle suspension, messages of love, apology, gratitude, farewell, all resting without urgency, their envelopes warm to the touch, pulsing faintly like resting hearts. You step forward onto a carpet of soft dust that muffles every sound, the floor cool and smooth beneath your bare feet. Shelves tower on either side, reaching toward a domed ceiling painted with constellations of tiny, glowing seals. One envelope catches your eye, its paper pale gold, a letter of unspoken affection from a younger self to a future one, words of encouragement waiting patiently for the right moment of readiness. Another nearby, in soft lavender, holds a message of forgiveness, never sent yet already received in spirit. The library accepts every form of communication, every degree of expression. You walk slowly down the central aisle, feeling the envelopes brush your fingertips like tender greetings, each contact leaving a trace of warm amber that loosens your arms, your shoulders, the subtle places where words once caught. Your breath matches the library's unhurried quiet, drawing in spacious peace, exhaling everything else. Sleep begins to rise from the shelves like warm mist, curling around your ankles, inviting complete surrender. You are cradled in the library of unread letters where nothing is lost, nothing is late. Let go now, deeper and deeper, into this gentle embrace until only restorative slumber remains. You stand at the library's grand entrance, feeling the weight of unread letters held in perfect balance, each envelope a tomorrow of connection, waiting without demand. The amber light softens further, wrapping around you like the lightest silk scarf, warming your skin without heat. The entrance hall is vast, columns of dark wood rising to support arches, where vines of illuminated script twine gently, spelling words that shift too slowly to read, yet convey profound welcome. One column glows faintly, letters of gratitude from lives past, thanks offered in quiet moments, yet never needing delivery, their warmth radiating outward to touch every visitor. Another column nearby holds letters of apology resting in gentle suspension, words of regret transformed into understanding, released without need for response. The entrance accepts every tone of the heart, every shade of reconciliation. You step fully inside, feeling the cool marble yield softly beneath your feet like memory itself, guiding you forward with infinite patience. The air carries faint scents of ink and rose petals pressed between pages long ago. Small orbs of amber light drift lazily between the columns, each one a sealed letter, pausing mid-journey, glowing softly, without destination. Your body grows heavier with each moment here, sinking deeper into the bed, far away, as the library's calm seeps into every muscle. Shoulders drop, jaw softens, thoughts slow to the rhythm of drifting orbs. Sleep pools at the base of the columns, deep and fragrant, rising gradually to meet your knees. The entrance widens into a welcoming atrium where all unread letters spread out in luminous harmony. Nothing demands opening here. Everything is allowed to remain beautifully sealed. You are held in perfect suspension, loved beyond measure. Allow the grand entrance to cradle you now, deeper into its amber embrace, until only the deepest, most healing slumber remains. A wide central aisle stretches ahead, lined with shelves whose wood glows with inner warmth, each one holding rows of envelopes that shimmer with faint, patient light. The aisle feels intimate despite its vastness, designed solely for this moment of quiet passage. One shelf to your left holds letters of love never sent, declarations written in moments of overwhelming feeling, sealed and set aside when words felt too small for the emotion. The envelopes glow softly pink, their seals intact, yet radiating warmth that travels through the air like quiet affection already received. Another shelf to your right cradles letters of friendship paused mid-expression. Inside jokes captured, shared memories preserved, invitations to deeper connection waiting for the right season. The aisle accepts every form of bond, every pace of closeness. You walk slowly down its center, feeling the envelopes brush your awareness like tender thoughts, each contact leaving a trace of warm light that loosens your chest, your throat, the subtle places where connection sometimes hesitates. Small lanterns of amber hang from invisible threads overhead, casting gentle pools of light that move with you without hurry. Your breath becomes part of the aisle's slow rhythm, drawing in layered affection, exhaling any remaining sense of distance. Sleep rises along the shelves like warm dust settling, sweet and inevitable, enveloping your waist, your lower back, your shoulders. The wide aisle feels like a corridor built from pure understanding, guiding you deeper into the library's heart. Lights glow softly along certain seals, moments of future connection already forming, waiting without pressure. Nothing needs sending tonight. Allow the central aisle to hold you fully now, deeper into its amber embrace, until only restorative slumber remains. The air in the aisle carries the faint, comforting scent of aged paper and sealing wax, soothing your senses into deeper calm with every breath. The scent thickens gradually, wrapping around you like the lightest perfume woven from memory itself, carrying hints of vanilla pods stored in old drawers, rose petals pressed between pages, lavender sachets tucked into envelopes long ago. One particularly rich current brings the scent of letters written by candlelight, words poured out in moments of solitude, sealed with care, and set aside for reasons only the heart understands. Another current nearby carries the scent of letters begun in joy, laughter captured between lines, excitement preserved in hurried script, happiness sealed without need for delivery. The aisle accepts every fragrance of emotion, every nuance of expression. You inhale deeply, feeling the scents fill your lungs with layered memory, releasing any subtle sharpness around words held back or wishes unspoken. The amber light responds to your breath, glowing warmer with each inhale, softening with each exhale. Your body grows impossibly relaxed, sinking deeper into the bed as the scents seep into every cell. Sleep rises through the perfumed air like warm vapor, rich and inevitable, enveloping your arms, your neck, your crown, until you feel bathed in tender heaviness. The carrying scent feels eternal, yet intimate, designed solely for this moment of complete release. Lights glow softly throughout the currents, moments of future expression already forming, waiting without pressure. The valley's quiet presence deepens around the scent, conveying profound safety in allowing words to rest. Nothing needs speaking tonight. Allow the faint, comforting scent to hold you fully now, deeper into its amber embrace, until only the deepest, most healing slumber remains. You walk slowly down the aisle, sensing the library's vast, quiet presence welcoming you deeper, conveying without words that every unread letter here is already fulfilling its purpose simply by existing in loving suspension. The shelves lean in protectively, their wood warm and smooth, etched with faint patterns that seem to shift when viewed from the corner of the eye. Swirling script that forms words too slowly to read, yet conveys profound acceptance. One section glows particularly warmly. Letters of encouragement written to future selves during dark times, promises of better days sealed and trusted to time. Another section nearby cradles letters of celebration, paused mid-joy, achievements noted, milestones marked, happiness preserved without need for sharing. The library accepts every tone of the heart, every moment worth remembering. You pause in a wide open space where the aisle expands into a circular reading room with low tables and comfortable chairs formed from light itself, inviting you to sit or simply stand in perfect quiet. The ground here is carpeted with soft pages that never quite touch the floor, floating just above in gentle suspension. Your breath becomes part of the library's vast respiration, drawing in unconditional welcome, exhaling any remaining sense of isolation or unfinished business. Sleep rises through the circular space like warm light, ascending, rich and inevitable, flowing upward through your entire being until you feel filled with heavy, held calm. The slow walking feels eternal yet intimate, designed solely for this moment of complete surrender to the library's embrace. Lights glow softly throughout the shelves, moments of future understanding already forming, waiting without pressure. The valley's quiet presence encompasses everything now, conveying profound safety in allowing letters to remain unread. Nothing needs opening tonight. Allow the slow walking to hold you fully now, deeper into its amber embrace until only the deepest, most healing slumber remains. The path from the entrance hall opens into a vast reading room where low tables of polished wood stand in perfect circles, each one surrounded by comfortable chairs, formed from soft light that adjusts to every curve of your body as though the library has waited eternally for your arrival. This room holds the quiet repository of unsent affections, letters written in moments of overwhelming feeling, sealed with care and allowed to rest without need for delivery. One table glows particularly warmly, its surface covered in envelopes of pale rose and cream. Letters of romantic love poured out in private hours, words too large for speech, yet perfect in their silent offering. The envelopes rest lightly here, their seals intact, yet radiating warmth that travels through the air like affection already received in spirit. Another table nearby holds letters of familial love, messages to parents, siblings, children, expressing pride, gratitude, concern, all preserved in tender suspension. The reading room accepts every shade of attachment, every depth of caring. You step into the circle, feeling the light chairs rise to meet you, cradling back hips, head with infinite gentleness. The air here is richer, scented with rose water and warm candle wax remembered from nights of writing. Small lamps of amber hang from invisible threads overhead, casting pools of light that move with you without hurry. Your body grows impossibly heavy with each moment in the room, sinking deeper into the bed, far away as the unsent affections seep into every muscle. Shoulders drop completely, arms rest without tension, thoughts slow to the rhythm of glowing envelopes. Sleep rises through the tables, like warm dust ascending, sweet and inevitable, enveloping your waist, your chest, your throat, until you feel filled with heavy, loved calm. The quiet repository pulses gently around you, a lullaby of ongoing affection, slowing your heartbeat to match its calm persistence. Lights glow softly along certain seals, moments of future expression already forming, waiting without pressure. The reading room feels like the heart's private sanctuary, designed solely for this moment of complete release into love unspoken yet fully felt. Nothing needs sending tonight. Allow the repository of unsent affections to hold you fully now, deeper into its rose-amber embrace, until only the deepest, most healing slumber remains. The warmth of the reading room lingers in your chest as you move onward, the path now ascending gently through a spiral staircase of dark wood whose steps yield softly beneath your weight, each one releasing faint traces of light that travel upward like quiet sighs. This staircase leads to the vault of letters resting in peace, envelopes that contain farewells, closures, endings offered with love and allowed to remain sealed rather than delivered in pain. One step glows softly, letters written after loss, words of goodbye to loved ones past, grief transformed into gratitude for time shared, sealed with care and trusted to the quiet. The vault accepts every form of parting, every pace of release. Another step nearby holds letters of ending relationships, words of honesty and care offered without blame, closure found in the writing rather than the reading. The staircase spirals slowly, never steep, always inviting deeper calm. You ascend without effort, feeling the steps support you perfectly, the wood warm and smooth like memory itself. The air here carries hints of cedar and rain-cooled stone, soothing every breath. Small windows of stained light appear along the curve, showing gentle scenes, tomorrows of peace after parting, hearts healing in quiet seasons, new beginnings arriving softly after necessary ends. Your body grows heavier with each step, sinking deeper into the bed as the vault's calm seeps into every cell. Sleep rises through the spiral like warm vapor, ascending rich and inevitable, flowing upward through your torso, your arms, your crown, until you feel filled with heavy, peaceful calm. The vault of letters resting in peace pulses gently below, a lullaby of gentle closure, slowing your thoughts to single, drifting steps. Lights glow softly along certain seals, moments of future acceptance already forming, waiting without pressure. The ascending spiral feels like rising through layers of quiet resolution. Nothing needs finality tonight. Allow the vault to hold you fully now, deeper into its peaceful embrace, until only restorative slumber remains. The spiral opens into a high, domed chamber where the ceiling is painted with soft constellations of glowing seals, each one a letter waiting in perfect patience. This is the wing of unopened envelopes, messages from lives past, from future selves, from souls connected across time, all resting without demand for reading. One constellation shimmers particularly brightly, envelopes from ancestors, words of guidance and love, written in moments of clarity, sealed and trusted to arrive when needed. The wing accepts every voice across time, every degree of connection. Another constellation nearby holds envelopes from future selves, notes of encouragement for present struggles, reminders of strength already gained, promises that everything unfolds as it should. The domed chamber feels vast yet intimate, the floor carpeted with soft pages that float just above the ground, in gentle suspension. You stand in the center, feeling the constellation's calm glow reflect in your eyes, loosening any subtle tension around past or future. Small orbs of light drift lazily beneath the dome, each one an unopened envelope pausing mid-journey. Your breath becomes part of the wing's slow rhythm, drawing in timeless calm, exhaling any remaining grasp on then or when. Sleep rises through the floating pages like warm light, ascending, sweet and inevitable, enveloping your entire being until you feel filled with heavy, suspended calm. The wing of unopened envelopes pulses gently overhead, a lullaby of patient arrival, slowing your pulse to match its calm persistence. Lights glow softly throughout the constellations, moments of future understanding already forming, waiting without pressure. The standing in the domed chamber feels like being held between all times at once. Nothing needs opening tonight. Allow the wing to hold you fully now, deeper into its glowing embrace, until only the deepest, most healing slumber remains. The glow of the domed chamber softens as you move onward, the path now leading through a narrow corridor lined with shelves that hold the stacks of unread, heartfelt notes, small messages written in moments of pure feeling, slipped into pockets or drawers, never quite sent yet, fully expressed in the writing. One shelf glows warmly, notes of sudden gratitude, to friends for being there, to strangers for small kindnesses, to life for unexpected beauty. The notes rest lightly here, their paper soft and slightly curled, radiating warmth without need for thanks returned. Another shelf nearby holds notes of sudden love, realizations captured quickly, feelings preserved in hurried script, affection sealed without expectation. The corridor accepts every burst of heart, every degree of spontaneity. You walk slowly through the narrow space, feeling the notes brush your awareness like tender thoughts, each contact leaving a trace of warm light that loosens your throat, your chest, the places where feeling sometimes catches. Small lanterns of soft gold hang from the ceiling, casting gentle pools that move with you. Your breath becomes part of the corridor's slow rhythm, drawing in layered feeling, exhaling any remaining hesitation around expression. Sleep rises through the shelves like warm dust settling, rich and inevitable, flowing upward through your entire being until you feel filled with heavy, heartfelt calm. The stacks of unread heartfelt notes pulse gently around you, a lullaby of pure feeling, slowing your thoughts to single, drifting lines. Lights glow softly along certain edges, moments of future expression already forming, waiting without pressure. The walking through the narrow corridor feels like moving through the heart's private diary. Nothing needs sharing tonight. Allow the heartfelt notes to hold you fully now, deeper into their glowing embrace until only restorative slumber remains. The warmth of the heartfelt notes lingers as the corridor opens into a tranquil atrium where high windows of stained light filter the glow into soft rainbows across the floor, revealing the library of patient letters. Envelopes that wait without impatience for the right moment, the right reader, the right season of the heart. One window glows particularly softly, letters written during times of waiting, for healing, for reunion, for clarity, words of hope, sealed and trusted to time. The atrium accepts every form of patience, every pace of readiness. Another window nearby holds letters written to future children, future partners, future selves, visions of love and guidance offered in advance, resting in quiet faith. The stained light casts gentle patterns across comfortable benches, formed from light itself, inviting you to sit or simply stand in perfect quiet. You pause in the center, feeling the rainbows dance across your skin, loosening any subtle tension around timing or arrival. Small fountains of light bubble quietly in corners, their water made of pure glow, carrying faint sounds of rustling paper that exist only in feeling. Your breath becomes part of the atrium's vast calm, drawing in patient light, exhaling any remaining rush around when or how. Sleep rises through the stained patterns like warm color, ascending, sweet and inevitable, enveloping your entire being until you feel filled with heavy, waiting calm. The library of patient letters pulses gently around you, a lullaby of quiet readiness, slowing your heartbeat to match its calm persistence. Lights glow softly throughout the windows, moments of future arrival already forming, waiting without pressure. The pausing in the tranquil atrium feels like standing in the heart of perfect timing. Nothing needs haste tonight. Allow the patient letters to hold you fully now, deeper into their rainbow embrace, until only the deepest, most healing slumber remains. The warmth of the patient letters lingers in your chest like the memory of a kind word arriving exactly when needed, as the atrium's stained light begins to soften and shift, guiding you onward through a wide archway into a chamber where the air feels thicker with quiet anticipation. This is the chamber of unsent invitations, envelopes that hold calls to deeper connection, to shared adventures, to moments of vulnerability offered without guarantee of acceptance, all resting in perfect suspension. One wall of shelves glows particularly softly, its envelopes in shades of pale blue and green. Invitations to friendship imagined in moments of loneliness, words of "I'd love to know you better," written but never sent. Yet the intention already traveling through quiet acts of openness. The invitations rest lightly here, their seals intact yet radiating warmth that travels through the air like possibility already felt. Another wall nearby holds invitations to love, letters confessing admiration, asking for more time together, offering the heart without armor, sealed with care when courage felt too tender for the moment. The chamber accepts every form of reaching out, every pace of risk. You step into the center, feeling the envelopes brush your awareness like tender possibilities, each contact leaving a trace of warm light that loosens your throat, your chest, the subtle places where connection sometimes hesitates. Small tables of light stand scattered throughout, holding single envelopes open for viewing though never read, words glowing softly on pages that turn themselves in slow motion. Your body grows heavier with each moment in the chamber, sinking deeper into the bed far away as the unsent invitations seep into every muscle. Sleep rises through the shelves like warm mist, ascending sweet and inevitable, enveloping your waist, your lower back, your shoulders, until you feel filled with heavy, open calm. The chamber of unsent invitations pulses gently around you, a lullaby of quiet courage, slowing your heartbeat to match its calm persistence. Lights glow softly along certain seals, moments of future connection already forming, waiting without pressure. The standing in the chamber feels like being surrounded by countless open doors. Nothing needs acceptance tonight. Allow the unsent invitations to hold you fully now, deeper into their glowing embrace, until only the deepest, most healing slumber remains. The gentle glow of the invitations lingers as you move onward, the path now leading through a corridor where the walls are lined with shelves holding the archive where letters breathe slowly. Envelopes that contain messages of ongoing care, words written in moments of quiet presence, allowed to rest without need for response. One shelf shimmers with particular warmth. Letters to absent loved ones, parents far away, friends moved to distant cities, partners in different chapters, words of "I'm thinking of you," sealed and trusted to the quiet connection that endures beyond distance. The letters breathe here, their envelopes rising and falling almost imperceptibly, radiating steady warmth. Another shelf nearby holds letters to those still present, but unspoken to, daily appreciations noted but kept private, love expressed in actions rather than words, care preserved in silent observation. The archive accepts every form of sustained affection, every pace of quiet companionship. You walk slowly through the corridor, feeling the breathing envelopes brush your awareness like tender presences, each contact leaving a trace of warm rhythm that loosens your arms, your hands, the subtle places where love sometimes goes unvoiced. Small windows of soft light appear along the walls, showing gentle scenes, tomorrows of quiet togetherness, moments of shared silence that speak volumes, connections deepening through consistent presence rather than dramatic declaration. Your breath becomes part of the archive's slow respiration, drawing in layered care, exhaling any remaining sense of separation. Sleep rises through the breathing shelves like warm air, ascending, rich and inevitable, flowing upward through your torso, your neck, your crown, until you feel filled with heavy, companioned calm. The archive where letters breathe slowly pulses gently around you, a lullaby of ongoing presence, slowing your thoughts to single, drifting rhythms. Lights glow softly along certain envelopes, moments of future closeness already forming, waiting without pressure. The walking through the breathing archive feels like moving through the heart's quiet companionship. Nothing needs voicing tonight. Allow the breathing letters to hold you fully now, deeper into their rhythmic embrace, until only restorative slumber remains. The rhythmic warmth of the breathing letters lingers as the corridor opens into a vast domed hall where the light shifts to deeper amber, revealing the library of unread tender farewells, envelopes that hold goodbyes offered with love rather than pain, endings accepted with gratitude, closures found in quiet release rather than dramatic finality. One section of shelves glows particularly softly. Farewells to chapters of life, jobs left with appreciation, homes moved from with fondness, seasons of identity released with gentle thanks for what they taught. The farewells rest here, their envelopes warm and slightly curled at the edges, radiating peace without sorrow. Another section nearby holds farewells to relationships transformed rather than ended, love shifting from romantic to friendly, connections deepening in new forms, goodbyes that became see you soon in spirit. The domed hall accepts every form of parting, every pace of transition. You step into the center, feeling the farewells brush your awareness like tender releases, each contact leaving a trace of warm amber that loosens your hips, your lower back, the subtle places where endings once ached. Small pedestals of light stand scattered throughout, holding single envelopes open though never read. Words glowing softly on pages that dissolve and reform in slow motion. Your body grows impossibly heavy with each moment in the hall, sinking deeper into the bed as the tender farewells seep into every cell. Sleep rises through the domed space like warm light, ascending, sweet and inevitable, enveloping your entire being until you feel filled with heavy, peaceful calm. The library of unread tender farewells pulses gently around you, a lullaby of gentle closure, slowing your pulse to match its calm persistence. Lights glow softly along certain edges, moments of future acceptance already forming, waiting without pressure. The standing in the domed hall feels like being surrounded by countless soft landings. Nothing needs finality tonight. Allow the tender farewells to hold you fully now, deeper into their amber embrace, until only the deepest, most healing slumber remains. The peaceful amber of the tender farewells lingers as you move onward, the path now leading through a narrow passage where the walls are lined with shelves holding the shelves of unopened confessions, envelopes that contain truths spoken to paper rather than person, vulnerabilities offered in private, secrets released without need for witness or absolution. One shelf shimmers with particular honesty, confessions of doubt written during dark nights of the soul, fears named and sealed, transforming shame into quiet understanding through the act of writing alone. The confessions rest here, their envelopes cool and smooth, radiating release without judgment. Another shelf nearby holds confessions of desire, longings for different paths, hidden passions, dreams that felt too large for the life being lived, preserved without need for action or apology. The passage accepts every form of truth-telling, every pace of self-revelation. You walk slowly through the narrow space, feeling the confessions brush your awareness like tender admissions, each contact leaving a trace of cool light that loosens your throat, your chest, the subtle places where truth sometimes catches. Small mirrors of soft silver hang along the walls, reflecting not your face, but gentle scenes, tomorrows of living more authentically, choices aligned with inner truth, voice finding its way without force. Your breath becomes part of the passage's slow rhythm, drawing in layered honesty, exhaling any remaining need for hiding or pretense. Sleep rises through the narrow shelves like cool vapor, ascending, rich and inevitable, flowing upward through your entire being until you feel filled with heavy, revealed calm. The shelves of unopened confessions pulse gently. Around you, a lullaby of quiet truth, slowing your thoughts to single, drifting admissions. Lights glow softly along certain seals, moments of future authenticity already forming, waiting without pressure. The walking through the narrow passage feels like moving through the heart's private confessional. Nothing needs witness tonight. Allow the unopened confessions to hold you fully now, deeper into their silver embrace, until only restorative slumber remains. The cool honesty of the confessions lingers as the passage opens into a sunlit gallery, where high windows filter the light into soft rainbows across the floor, revealing the serene hall of letters yet to be known. Envelopes that hold messages from parts of the self still discovering their voice, from future understandings waiting to arrive, from connections across time that feel familiar yet new. One window glows particularly softly. Letters from the inner child, needs expressed in simple language, joys remembered, wounds asking for gentle attention without demand for immediate healing. The letters rest here, their envelopes small and colourful, radiating innocence without pressure. Another window nearby holds letters from the future self, words of encouragement for present struggles, reminders of strength already gained, quiet promises that everything unfolds in perfect timing. The serene hall accepts every voice of the self across time, every pace of integration. You step into the gallery feeling the rainbow light dance across your skin, loosening any subtle tension around past or future versions of you. Small benches of light stand scattered throughout, inviting you to sit and simply be with the yet-to-be-known. Your breath becomes part of the hall's vast calm, drawing in rainbow understanding, exhaling any remaining separation from all parts of the self. Sleep rises through the filtered light like warm color, ascending, sweet and inevitable, enveloping your entire being until you feel filled with heavy, integrated calm. The serene hall of letters yet to be known pulses gently around you, a lullaby of ongoing discovery, slowing your heartbeat to match its calm persistence. Lights glow softly throughout the windows, moments of future knowing already forming, waiting without pressure. The stepping into the gallery feels like meeting every version of yourself in perfect welcome. Nothing needs knowing tonight. Allow the yet-to-be-known letters to hold you fully now, deeper into their rainbow embrace, until only the deepest, most healing slumber remains. The serene hall's rainbow light lingers on your skin like the memory of every gentle revelation ever felt. As the stained windows begin to soften and the path invites you onward through a wide archway into a vast circular repository where the air feels thick with quiet gratitude. This is the repository of unread gratitude, envelopes that hold thanks offered in moments of profound appreciation. words written to capture the exact feeling of being touched by life's kindnesses, sealed without need for acknowledgement because the gratitude was already complete in the writing. One shelf along the curved wall glows particularly warmly, letters thanking strangers for small acts, a door held, a smile shared, directions given with genuine care, thanks preserved in quiet recognition that goodness travels regardless of response. The gratitude rests lightly here, its envelopes soft cream and gold, radiating warmth that travels through the air like appreciation already circulating in the world. Another shelf nearby holds letters thanking loved ones for being exactly themselves, parents for steady presence, friends for unwavering support, partners for daily acts of love that accumulate into profound security. The repository accepts every scale of thanks, every degree of voicing. You step into the circle, feeling the envelopes brush your awareness like tender recognitions, each contact leaving a trace of warm light that loosens your chest, your throat, the subtle places where gratitude sometimes goes unexpressed. Small tables of light stand scattered throughout, holding single envelopes open though never read. Words of thanks glowing softly on pages that shimmer with quiet joy. Your body grows impossibly heavy with each moment in the repository, sinking deeper into the bed far away as the unread gratitude seeps into every cell. Sleep rises through the curved shelves like warm mist, ascending, sweet and inevitable, enveloping your waist, your lower back, your shoulders, until you feel filled with heavy, thankful calm. The repository of unread gratitude pulses gently around you, a lullaby of ongoing appreciation, slowing your heartbeat to match its calm persistence. Lights glow softly along certain seals, moments of future thanks already forming, waiting without pressure. The standing in the circular repository feels like being surrounded by the world's quiet goodness. Nothing needs acknowledgement tonight. Allow the unread gratitude to hold you fully now, deeper into its golden embrace, until only the deepest, most healing slumber remains. The golden warmth of the gratitude repository lingers as you move onward, the path now leading through a softly lit corridor where the walls are lined with shelves holding the light-filled stacks of unsent love. Envelopes that contain declarations written in moments of pure, overwhelming affection, sealed when words felt too vast for the moment, yet complete in their silent offering. One shelf shimmers with particular tenderness. Letters to partners past and present, words capturing the exact feeling of being seen, held, cherished, in daily ways that accumulate into lifelong love. The love rests here, its envelopes pale rose and ivory, radiating warmth without demand for return. Another shelf nearby holds letters to children, actual or imagined, expressing wonder at their being, promises of unconditional support, quiet pride in their unfolding selves. The stacks accept every form of love, every pace of expression. You walk slowly through the corridor, feeling the unsent love brush your awareness like tender embraces, each contact leaving a trace of rose light that loosens your arms, your hands, the subtle places where love sometimes overflows without outlet. Small lanterns of soft rose hang from the ceiling, casting gentle pools that move with you. Your breath becomes part of the corridor's slow rhythm, drawing in layered affection, exhaling any remaining sense of unworthiness. Sleep rises through the light-filled stacks like warm glow ascending, rich and inevitable, flowing upward through your torso, your neck, your crown, until you feel filled with heavy, loved calm. The stacks of unsent love pulse gently around you, a lullaby of boundless affection, slowing your thoughts to single, drifting declarations. Lights glow softly along certain edges, moments of future love already forming, waiting without pressure. The walking through the light-filled stacks feels like moving through the heart's infinite capacity. Nothing needs declaration tonight. Allow the unsent love to hold you fully now, deeper into its rose embrace, until only restorative slumber remains. The rose embrace of unsent love lingers as the corridor opens into a high vaulted chamber where the ceiling arches like a night sky, filled with soft constellations of glowing seals, revealing the calm and comforting pages of unread letters turning softly. Envelopes whose contents shift gently over time, words rearranging themselves in quiet evolution, messages adapting to the reader they may one day find. One constellation glows particularly steadily, letters of evolving self-love, words written in moments of breakthrough that continue to deepen, understanding growing layer by layer as the heart opens further. The pages turn here without wind, glowing softly in perpetual motion. Another constellation nearby holds letters of evolving forgiveness, initial words of hurt, transforming slowly into compassion, blame softening into understanding, release arriving in quiet increments. The chamber accepts every form of change, every pace of transformation. You step into the vaulted space, feeling the turning pages brush your awareness like tender revisions, each contact leaving a trace of calm light that loosens your jaw, your brow, the subtle places where old stories once clung. Small pedestals of light stand scattered throughout, holding single open letters whose words shimmer and shift before your eyes, messages of growth, healing, becoming. Your body grows impossibly heavy with each moment in the chamber, sinking deeper into the bed as the turning pages seep into every cell. Sleep rises through the vaulted space like warm motion ascending, sweet and inevitable, enveloping your entire being until you feel filled with heavy, evolving calm. The calm and comforting pages pulse gently around you, a lullaby of ongoing transformation, slowing your pulse to match their soft turning. Lights glow softly throughout the constellations, moments of future evolution already forming, waiting without pressure. The stepping into the vaulted chamber feels like witnessing the soul's quiet rewriting. Nothing needs fixing tonight. Allow the turning pages to hold you fully now, deeper into their comforting embrace, until only the deepest, most healing slumber remains. The comforting motion of turning pages lingers as you move onward, the path now leading through a softly glowing passage, where the walls are lined with shelves holding the peaceful library of unopened dreams, envelopes that contain visions written in moments of pure possibility, dreams captured before doubt could touch them, sealed and allowed to rest in perfect potential. One shelf shimmers with particular hope, letters detailing dreams of creation, books to write, art to make, worlds to build, preserved in their original spark without pressure for realization. The dreams rest here, their envelopes bright and colorful, radiating possibility without demand. Another shelf nearby holds dreams of adventure, places to visit, experiences to have, lives to live, captured in vivid detail yet complete in their imagining. The library accepts every scale of dreaming, every degree of manifestation. You walk slowly through the passage, feeling the unopened dreams brush your awareness like tender visions, each contact leaving a trace of bright light that loosens your mind, your imagination, the subtle places where dreams sometimes dim. Small windows of soft color appear along the walls, showing gentle scenes, tomorrows of creation flowing freely, adventures unfolding in unexpected ways, dreams transforming into reality or remaining beautiful in potential. Your breath becomes part of the library's slow rhythm, drawing in layered possibility, exhaling any remaining fear of failure or success. Sleep rises through the peaceful shelves like warm spark ascending, rich and inevitable, flowing upward through your entire being until you feel filled with heavy, dreaming calm. The library of unopened dreams pulses gently around you, a lullaby of pure potential, slowing your thoughts to single, drifting visions. Lights glow softly along certain seals, moments of future dreaming already forming, waiting without pressure. The walking through the peaceful library feels like moving through the heart's infinite imagination. Nothing needs realization tonight. Allow the unopened dreams to hold you fully now, deeper into their bright embrace, until only restorative slumber remains. The bright potential of unopened dreams lingers as the passage opens into a vast, domed atrium where the ceiling is painted with soft, swirling clouds of light, revealing the tranquil passage through the aisles of unread kindnesses, envelopes that hold acts of care, expressed in words rather than actions, kindnesses offered quietly to the page when the moment for speaking passed or felt too vulnerable. One aisle glows particularly warmly, letters thanking others for kindnesses received, appreciation captured in detail to preserve the feeling of being cared for. The kindnesses rest here, their envelopes, soft blue and green, radiating care without need for response. Another aisle nearby holds letters offering kindness to those who hurt us, words of understanding written in moments of compassion, bridges built in spirit when real connection felt impossible. The atrium accepts every form of care, every pace of offering. You walk slowly through the tranquil aisles, feeling the unread kindnesses brush your awareness like tender gestures, each contact leaving a trace of warm light that loosens your heart, your hands, the subtle places where care sometimes goes unshared. Small fountains of light bubble quietly between the aisles, their water made of pure glow, carrying faint sounds of rustling paper that exist only in feeling. Your breath becomes part of the atrium's vast calm, drawing in layered care, exhaling any remaining hardness around giving or receiving. Sleep rises through the tranquil passage like warm kindness, ascending, sweet and inevitable, enveloping your entire being until you feel filled with heavy, cared-for calm. The aisles of unread kindnesses pulse gently around you, a lullaby of ongoing care, slowing your heartbeat to match their calm persistence. Lights glow softly along certain edges, moments of future kindness already forming, waiting without pressure. The walking through the tranquil passage feels like moving through the heart's infinite capacity for care. Nothing needs action tonight. Allow the unread kindnesses to hold you fully now, deeper into their tranquil embrace, until only the deepest, most healing slumber remains. The tranquil aisles of unread kindnesses fade softly behind you as the path widens into a vast circular hall where the ceiling rises into a dome painted with swirling clouds of pale light, each one holding a tomorrow of patient waiting. This is the hushed haven, the library where letters await without hurry, envelopes that contain messages written in moments of quiet anticipation, words of hope for future understanding, promises made to oneself or others for better days, invitations to healing extended across time. One section of shelves glows with particular patience, letters written during illness or hardship, words of encouragement to future healthier selves, gratitude for strength yet to fully return, sealed with trust that recovery arrives in its own season. The letters rest here, their envelopes soft grey and lavender, radiating calm without demand for speed. Another section nearby holds letters to those grieving, words of companionship in sorrow, reminders that pain softens with time, offers of presence whenever needed, waiting quietly for the moment when comfort can be received. The hushed haven accepts every form of waiting, every pace of readiness. You step into the center, feeling the awaiting letters brush your awareness like tender promises, each contact leaving a trace of cool light that loosens your jaw, your brow, the subtle places where impatience once lived. Small pedestals of light stand scattered throughout, holding single envelopes open though never read, words of patient hope glowing softly on pages that shimmer with quiet trust. Your body grows impossibly heavy with each moment in the haven, sinking deeper into the bed far away, as the awaiting letters seep into every cell. Sleep rises through the domed space like cool mist ascending, sweet and inevitable, enveloping your arms, your neck, your crown, until you feel filled with heavy, patient calm. The library where letters await without hurry pulses gently around you, a lullaby of quiet readiness, slowing your heartbeat to match its calm persistence. Lights glow softly along certain seals, moments of future arrival already forming, waiting without pressure. The stepping into the hushed haven feels like entering the heart of perfect timing. Nothing needs haste tonight. Allow the awaiting letters to hold you fully now, deeper into their lavender embrace, until only the deepest, most healing slumber remains. The lavender calm of awaiting letters lingers as you move onward, the path now leading through a corridor bathed in soft dawn light, revealing the infinite collection of unread whispers, envelopes that hold the quietest thoughts, the most private admissions, the subtle longings spoken only to paper in moments when the heart needed to release without witness. One shelf shimmers with particular intimacy, whispers of doubt transformed into acceptance, fears named and sealed to lose their power, quiet admissions of need written when asking felt too vulnerable. The whispers rest here, their envelopes small and delicate, radiating release without judgment. Another shelf nearby holds whispers of desire, longings for change, for closeness, for peace, captured in hurried script during sleepless nights, preserved without need for fulfillment. The collection accepts every shade of inner voice, every degree of privacy. You walk slowly through the corridor, feeling the unread whispers brush your awareness like tender secrets shared with a trusted friend. Each contact leaving a trace of dawn light that loosens your throat, your chest, the subtle places where thoughts sometimes circle. Small windows of soft pink appear along the walls, showing gentle scenes, tomorrows of speaking truths when ready, desires finding gentle expression, inner voices finding harmony with outer life. Your breath becomes part of the corridor's slow rhythm, drawing in layered intimacy, exhaling any remaining need for hiding or rushing revelation. Sleep rises through the infinite collection like warm dawn ascending, rich and inevitable, flowing upward through your entire being until you feel filled with heavy, whispered calm. The collection of unread whispers pulses gently around you, a lullaby of private truth, slowing your thoughts to single, drifting admissions. Lights glow softly along certain edges, moments of future expression already forming, waiting without pressure. The walking through the infinite collection feels like moving through the heart's most private diary. Nothing needs sharing tonight. Allow the unread whispers to hold you fully now, deeper into their dawn embrace, until only restorative slumber remains. The dawn intimacy of unread whispers lingers as the corridor opens into a high, vaulted chamber where the light shifts to deeper gold, revealing the soothing light journey through browsing the unopened celestial mail, envelopes that appear to have arrived from beyond, messages from guides, ancestors, higher selves, or the universe itself, sealed with seals that glow like distant stars. One wall of shelves glows particularly brightly, celestial mail offering guidance during dark times, words of reassurance arriving in dreams or quiet moments, sealed until the heart feels ready to receive. The mail rests here, its envelopes edged in gold and silver, radiating wisdom without demand for immediate understanding. Another wall nearby holds celestial mail of encouragement, reminders of purpose, affirmations of worth, quiet promises that you are never alone, waiting patiently for moments of doubt to soften. The chamber accepts every form of higher connection, every pace of reception. You step into the vaulted space, feeling the unopened celestial mail brush your awareness like tender messages from home, each contact leaving a trace of golden light that loosens your mind, your spirit, the subtle places where guidance sometimes feels distant. Small pedestals of starlight stand scattered throughout, holding single envelopes open though never fully read, words glowing in languages of light and feeling rather than letters. Your body grows impossibly heavy with each moment in the chamber, sinking deeper into the bed as the celestial mail seeps into every cell. Sleep rises through the vaulted space like warm stars ascending, sweet and inevitable, enveloping your entire being until you feel filled with heavy, guided calm. The soothing light journey pulses gently around you, a lullaby of cosmic connection, slowing your pulse to match its calm persistence. Lights glow softly throughout the shelves, moments of future guidance already forming, waiting without pressure. The stepping into the vaulted chamber feels like receiving mail from the soul's true home. Nothing needs understanding tonight. Allow the unopened celestial mail to hold you fully now, deeper into its golden embrace, until only the deepest, most healing slumber remains. The golden guidance of celestial mail lingers as you move onward, the path now leading through a softly glowing passage where the walls are lined with shelves holding the relaxing realm of light, the eternal stacks of unopened truths, envelopes that contain realizations arrived at in quiet moments, truths about life, self, others captured before doubt could question them, sealed and allowed to rest until the heart feels ready to fully integrate. One shelf shimmers with particular clarity. Truths about impermanence written during moments of loss, understanding that everything changes yet love endures in new forms. The truths rest here, their envelopes cool white and silver, radiating acceptance without demand for immediate application. Another shelf nearby holds truths about self-worth, realizations that value is inherent rather than earned, moments of seeing one's own light clearly for the first time. The realm accepts every form of realization, every pace of integration. You walk slowly through the passage, feeling the unopened truths brush your awareness like tender knowings, each contact leaving a trace of cool light that loosens your mind, your heart, the subtle places where old beliefs once clung. Small mirrors of soft silver hang along the walls, reflecting not images, but gentle scenes, tomorrows of living from truth, choices aligned with inner knowing, peace arriving through quiet acceptance of what is. Your breath becomes part of the realm's slow rhythm, drawing in layered clarity, exhaling any remaining resistance to what is already known. Sleep rises through the eternal stacks like cool light ascending, rich and inevitable, flowing upward through your entire being until you feel filled with heavy, truthful calm. The relaxing realm of light pulses gently around you, a lullaby of quiet knowing, slowing your thoughts to single, drifting realizations. Lights glow softly along certain seals, moments of future integration already forming, waiting without pressure. The walking through the eternal stacks feels like moving through the heart's quiet library of truth. Nothing needs application tonight. Allow the unopened truths to hold you fully now, deeper into their silver embrace, until only restorative slumber remains. The silver clarity of unopened truths lingers as the passage opens into a vast domed atrium where the ceiling is painted with swirling galaxies of faint light, revealing the hushed harmony of wandering unread messages in peace. Envelopes that contain thoughts shared with the universe in moments of solitude, questions asked without need for answer, feelings released into the quiet like messages in bottles trusted to the sea. One section of shelves glows particularly softly, messages of wonder written during moments of awe, watching stars, feeling wind, noticing the precise beauty of ordinary things, offered without expectation of reply. The messages rest here, their envelopes pale blue and white, radiating peace without demand for understanding. Another section nearby holds messages of surrender, moments of letting go written during times of struggle, trust offered to life's flow, acceptance arriving in quiet waves. The atrium accepts every form of release, every pace of trust. You step into the domed space, feeling the unread messages brush your awareness like tender conversations with the greater whole, each contact leaving a trace of peaceful light that loosens your entire being, every cell softening into complete surrender. Small fountains of starlight bubble quietly in corners, their water made of pure glow, carrying faint sounds of rustling paper that exist only in feeling. Your breath becomes part of the atrium's vast harmony, drawing in layered peace, exhaling any remaining need for control or answer. Sleep rises through the domed space like warm harmony ascending, sweet and inevitable, enveloping your entire being until you feel filled with heavy, peaceful calm. The wandering unread messages pulse gently around you, a lullaby of quiet communion, slowing your heartbeat to match their calm persistence. Lights glow softly throughout the galaxies, moments of future peace already forming, waiting without pressure. The stepping into the hushed harmony feels like being held in conversation with all that is. Nothing needs reply tonight. Allow the unread messages to hold you fully now, deeper into their peaceful embrace, until only the deepest, most healing slumber remains. The hushed harmony of wandering unread messages envelops you completely as the domed atrium begins to soften its glow. The swirling galaxies of faint light above, slowing their gentle spin until they resemble a vast, quiet sea of stars resting in perfect stillness. The path invites you onward through a wide, arched doorway into a realm where the air feels lighter, yet infinitely supportive, leading to the gentle NDE bliss. The vault of letters held in loving suspension, envelopes that contain messages suspended between sending and receiving, words offered in pure love and allowed to rest in the space where intention alone is enough. One vault wall shimmers with particular tenderness, letters written to those who have passed, final thoughts of love, gratitude, unfinished conversations completed in spirit, words of "I understand now" arriving beyond time. The letters rest here, their envelopes soft pearl and rose, radiating connection without need for earthly reply. Another wall nearby holds letters to those yet to be born, messages to future generations, hopes for the world they will inherit, quiet promises of love enduring across lifetimes. The vault accepts every bridge across time, every form of eternal communication. You step into the center, feeling the suspended letters brush your awareness like tender threads, connecting past, present, and future, each contact leaving a trace of loving light that loosens your entire being, every cell softening into complete acceptance of love's timeless nature. Small pedestals of pure light stand scattered throughout, holding single envelopes open, though never fully read, words glowing in languages of pure feeling, dissolving and reforming in slow, loving motion. Your body grows impossibly heavy with each moment in the vault, sinking deeper into the bed far away as the held letters seep into every muscle. Sleep rises through the vault like warm suspension, ascending, sweet and inevitable, enveloping your limbs, your torso, your heart, until you feel filled with heavy, eternal calm. The vault of letters held in loving suspension pulses gently around you, a lullaby of timeless connection, slowing your heartbeat to match its calm persistence. Lights glow softly along certain seals, moments of eternal love already forming, waiting without pressure. The stepping into the vault feels like entering the heart of love that needs no delivery. Nothing needs crossing tonight. Allow the suspended letters to hold you fully now, deeper into their loving embrace, until only the deepest, most healing slumber remains. The loving suspension of the vault lingers in your heart as you move onward, the path now leading through a softly glowing corridor where the walls are lined with shelves holding the peaceful floating among unread volumes of the heart. Envelopes that contain the deepest feelings never fully expressed, emotions captured in their purest form and allowed to float freely without need for grounding in words or actions. One shelf glows with particular depth. Volumes of grief transformed into love, sorrow written out until it became gratitude for time shared, tears dried on pages that now radiate quiet peace. The volumes rest here, their covers soft leather, warmed by inner light, floating slightly above the shelves in gentle levitation. Another shelf nearby holds volumes of joy too large for sharing, moments of pure happiness preserved privately, laughter remembered in detail, bliss captured without dilution. The corridor accepts every depth of feeling, every degree of containment. You walk slowly through the floating space, feeling the unread volumes brush your awareness like tender emotions rising to the surface, each contact leaving a trace of peaceful light that loosens your chest, your throat, the subtle places where feelings sometimes overwhelm. Small orbs of soft white drift lazily between the shelves, each one a volume pausing mid-float, glowing without destination. Your breath becomes part of the corridor's slow rhythm, drawing in layered emotion, exhaling any remaining need for expression or containment. Sleep rises through the floating volumes like warm peace, ascending rich and inevitable, flowing upward through your entire being, until you feel filled with heavy, floating calm. The peaceful floating among unread volumes pulses gently around you, a lullaby of contained feeling, slowing your thoughts to single, drifting emotions. Lights glow softly along certain covers, moments of future feeling already forming, waiting without pressure. The walking through the peaceful floating feels like moving through the heart's infinite capacity for holding. Nothing needs grounding tonight. Allow the unread volumes to hold you fully now, deeper into their peaceful embrace, until only restorative slumber remains. The peaceful floating of unread volumes lingers as the corridor opens into a high, domed chamber, bathed in soft moonlight that filters through stained glass windows, depicting scenes of quiet nights, revealing the bedtime calm, the serene wing of gently sealed envelopes, messages written in moments of perfect peace, sealed with care when words felt complete in themselves, resting without need for opening or response. One wing glows particularly softly. Envelopes sealed after moments of deep contentment, evenings where everything felt right, conversations ending in comfortable silence, days closing with quiet satisfaction. The envelopes rest here, their seals warm and slightly raised, radiating calm without demand for more. Another wing nearby holds envelopes sealed after moments of insight, truths arrived at suddenly, understanding captured quickly, wisdom preserved without need for sharing or application. The chamber accepts every form of completion in quiet, every pace of sealing. You step into the serene wing, feeling the gently sealed envelopes brush your awareness like tender closures, each contact leaving a trace of calm light that loosens your jaw, your brow, the subtle places where unrest once stirred. Small benches of moonlight stand scattered throughout, inviting you to sit in perfect quiet. Your body grows impossibly heavy with each moment in the wing, sinking deeper into the bed as the sealed envelopes seep into every cell. Sleep rises through the domed chamber, like cool moonlight ascending, sweet and inevitable, enveloping your entire being until you feel filled with heavy, sealed calm. The serene wing of gently sealed envelopes pulses gently around you, a lullaby of quiet completion, slowing your pulse to match its calm persistence. Lights glow softly along certain seals, moments of future peace already forming, waiting without pressure. The stepping into the serene wing feels like entering the heart of perfect ending, without loss. Nothing needs opening tonight. Allow the gently sealed envelopes to hold you fully now, deeper into their moonlight embrace, until only the deepest, most healing slumber remains. The moonlight calm of gently sealed envelopes lingers as you move onward, the path now leading through a softly glowing passage where the walls are lined with shelves holding the whispered tranquility in the library of perpetual correspondence. Envelopes that contain ongoing dialogues with the self, with loved ones absent, with the universe, messages written repeatedly over years, conversations that continue in spirit without need for reply. One shelf shimmers with particular continuity, correspondence with a younger self, letters of guidance, encouragement, understanding offered across internal time, dialogue that deepens with every new insight. The correspondence rests here, its envelopes worn softly at the edges from frequent spiritual handling, radiating tranquility without demand for conclusion. Another shelf nearby holds perpetual letters to those far away, words of love and presence sent regularly in thought, connection maintained through quiet writing rather than physical mail. The library accepts every form of ongoing dialogue, every pace of connection. You walk slowly through the passage, feeling the perpetual correspondence brush your awareness like tender conversations never ending, each contact leaving a trace of tranquil light that loosens your mind, your heart, the subtle places where dialogue sometimes falters. Small windows of soft whisper appear along the walls, showing gentle scenes, tomorrows of continued inner conversation, relationships sustained through thought and care, connection enduring beyond form. Your breath becomes part of the library's slow rhythm, drawing in layered tranquility, exhaling any remaining need for immediate response. Sleep rises through the perpetual shelves like warm whisper, ascending, rich and inevitable, flowing upward through your entire being until you feel filled with heavy, conversing calm. The library of perpetual correspondence pulses gently around you, a lullaby of ongoing dialogue, slowing your thoughts to single, drifting words. Lights glow softly along certain edges, moments of future conversation already forming, waiting without pressure. The walking through the whispered tranquility feels like moving through the heart's eternal conversation. Nothing needs reply tonight. The tranquil embrace of open-hearted pauses holds you in its infinite quiet as the vast atrium begins to soften its rose glow, the swirling light above slowing into gentle waves that invite you onward through a wide, arched passage bathed in deeper amber. This passage leads to the relaxing realm of light, the eternal stacks of unopened truths, where towering shells spiral upward in perfect harmony, each one cradling envelopes that contain realizations arrived at in moments of profound clarity, truths about the self, about life's quiet interconnectedness, about the gentle impermanence of all things, sealed with reverence for their perfect timing rather than fear of their weight. One spiral catches the amber light with particular steadiness. Truths about inherent worth, discovered during seasons when old stories of not enough finally dissolved, leaving only the quiet recognition that value exists beyond achievement or approval. The truths rest here, their envelopes smooth and luminous, radiating calm acceptance without demand for immediate living or change. Another spiral nearby holds truths about the beauty of cycles, understanding that endings birth beginnings, that loss carves space for new growth, that every season serves its purpose in the greater unfolding. The realm accepts every shade of realization, every gentle pace of integration into daily being. You step into the spiraling center, feeling the unopened truths brush your awareness like tender knowings waiting to be remembered rather than newly learned, each contact leaving a trace of relaxing light that loosens your mind, your heart, the subtle places where doubt or striving once tightened. Small pedestals of pure amber stand scattered throughout the spirals, holding single envelopes open though never fully read, words glowing in languages of pure understanding that shift slowly like clouds, revealing hidden shapes. Your body grows impossibly heavy with each moment in the realm, sinking deeper into the bed far away as the eternal truths seep into every cell, softening resistance, easing the need to prove or improve. Sleep rises through the spiraling stacks like warm clarity, ascending sweet and inevitable, enveloping your limbs, your torso, your thoughts, till you feel filled with heavy, truthful calm. The relaxing realm pulses gently around you, a lullaby of quiet knowing that has always been true, slowing your heartbeat to match its calm persistence. Lights glow softly along certain seals, moments of future integration already forming, waiting in gentle patience. The stepping into the eternal stacks feels like returning to the heart's quiet sanctuary of what is already known. Nothing needs application or change tonight. Allow the unopened truths to cradle you completely now, deeper into their relaxing light, until only the deepest, most restorative peace carries you through the night. The relaxing light of unopened truths wraps you in its steady glow as the spirals begin to fade softly behind, the path now leading through a narrow corridor where the walls are lined with shelves holding hushed harmony, wandering unread messages in peace, envelopes that contain thoughts offered to the quiet vastness, questions asked of existence without need for answer, feelings released into the stillness like quiet prayers trusted to the greater whole. One shelf shimmers with particular serenity, messages of wonder written during moments of awe, watching stars emerge one by one, feeling the precise shift of seasons, noticing beauty in the smallest details of ordinary days, offered without expectation of reply or understanding. The messages rest here, their envelopes pale silver and white, radiating peace without demand for response. Another shelf nearby holds messages of surrender, moments of letting go captured in words during times of struggle, trust offered to life's flow, acceptance arriving in quiet waves rather than dramatic shifts. The corridor accepts every form of release, every gentle pace of trust in the unseen. You walk slowly through the hushed space, feeling the unread messages brush your awareness like tender conversations with existence itself, each contact leaving a trace of peaceful light that loosens your entire being, every cell softening into complete surrender to what is. Small windows of soft whisper appear along the walls, showing gentle scenes, tomorrows of continued communion, moments of quiet alignment with the greater flow, peace arriving through simple presence rather than effort. Your breath becomes part of the corridor's slow rhythm, drawing in layered harmony, exhaling any remaining need for control or certainty. Sleep rises through the wandering messages like warm peace, ascending, sweet and inevitable, flowing upward through your entire being until you feel filled with heavy, harmonious calm. The hushed harmony pulses gently around you, a lullaby of quiet communion with all that is, slowing your thoughts to single, drifting whispers. Lights glow softly along certain edges, moments of future peace already forming, waiting in gentle patience. The walking through the hushed harmony feels like moving in eternal conversation with the universe. Nothing needs reply or resolution tonight. Allow the wandering, unread messages to cradle you completely now, deeper into their peaceful harmony, until only the deepest, most restorative quiet carries you through the night. The peaceful harmony of wandering, unread messages envelops you as the corridor opens into a vast, domed chamber where the ceiling is painted with soft, swirling constellations of light, revealing "Fall asleep gently." The comforting archive of unsent wishes, envelopes that contain hopes expressed in private moments, desires captured before doubt could touch them, quiet longings offered to the night without need for fulfillment or manifestation. One constellation glows particularly softly. Wishes for healing written during illness or heartbreak, words of hope for better days sealed with trust in time's gentle unfolding, visions of wholeness preserved in their purest form. The wishes rest here, their envelopes warm cream and gold, radiating comfort without demand for outcome. Another constellation nearby holds wishes for others, hopes for loved ones' happiness, success, peace, offered selflessly without attachment to result or acknowledgement. The chamber accepts every scale of hope, every degree of release into the greater flow. You step into the domed space, feeling the unsent wishes brush your awareness like tender possibilities floating freely, each contact leaving a trace of comforting light that loosens your heart, your mind, the subtle places where longing sometimes aches or clings. Small pedestals of pure light stand scattered throughout, holding single envelopes open though never fulfilled, words of wish glowing softly on pages that shimmer with quiet trust in life's benevolence. Your body grows impossibly heavy with each moment in the chamber, sinking deeper into the bed as the unsent wishes seep into every cell. Sleep rises through the domed space like warm comfort, ascending, sweet and inevitable, enveloping your entire being until you feel filled with heavy, wished calm. The comforting archive pulses gently around you, a lullaby of quiet hoping that needs no answer, slowing your pulse to match its calm persistence. Lights glow softly throughout the constellations, moments of future hope already forming, waiting in gentle patience. The stepping into the domed chamber feels like being surrounded by the heart's gentle longings answered in silence. Nothing needs fulfillment or return tonight. Allow the unsent wishes to cradle you completely now, deeper into their comforting archive, until only the deepest, most restorative quiet carries you through the night. The comforting quiet of unsent wishes holds you in its gentle glow as the domed chamber begins to soften its constellations, the path inviting you onward through a soothing voyage to the shelves of unread soul connections, envelopes that contain recognitions of deep bonds felt across time or distance, moments when another soul felt familiar without explanation, quiet acknowledgments of shared journeys preserved without need for meeting or naming in this life. One shelf shimmers with particular depth, connections felt with those never met, authors whose words touched the heart as though written for you alone, artists whose work spoke directly to the soul's hidden places, strangers whose brief presence left lasting resonance of having known each other before. The connections rest here, their envelopes soft blue and silver, radiating recognition without demand for contact or confirmation. Another shelf nearby holds connections with those known but unspoken, quiet understandings shared in glances or silences, bonds felt deeply without constant expression, love recognized in presence rather than declaration. The voyage accepts every form of soul recognition, every gentle pace of remembering kinship beyond form. You walk slowly through the soothing space, feeling the unread connections brush your awareness like tender reunions remembered across lifetimes, each contact leaving a trace of soothing light that loosens your spirit, your heart, the subtle places where belonging sometimes feels distant or conditional. Small windows of soft glow appear along the path, showing gentle scenes, tomorrows of continued recognition, moments of quiet meeting across any distance or time, bonds enduring in spirit without need for physical proof. Your breath becomes part of the voyage's slow rhythm, drawing in layered connection, exhaling any remaining sense of isolation or separation. Sleep rises through the shelves like warm recognition ascending, rich and inevitable, flowing upward through your entire being until you feel filled with heavy, connected calm. The shelves of unread soul connections pulse gently around you, a lullaby of quiet belonging across all boundaries, slowing your thoughts to single, drifting recognitions. Lights glow softly along certain edges, moments of future kinship already forming, waiting in gentle patience. The soothing voyage feels like traveling through the heart's eternal web of kinship. Nothing needs meeting or naming tonight. Allow the unread soul connections to cradle you completely now, deeper into their soothing voyage, until only the deepest, most restorative quiet carries you through the night. The soothing voyage of soul connections lingers in your heart as the shelves fade softly behind, the path now opening into a vast, open atrium where the ceiling rises into infinite height, painted with soft, swirling light that feels like the breath of pure acceptance. This is the tranquil embrace, the infinite library of open-hearted pauses, envelopes that contain moments when the heart, opened fully without words, pauses in conversation, or presence where everything was understood perfectly. Silences that held more love, more truth, more connection than speech ever could. One section of shelves glows particularly warmly, pauses shared with loved ones, moments when eyes met and souls spoke directly, silences after laughter, where joy lingered perfectly, quiet companionship that needed no filling or explanation. The pauses rest here, their envelopes warm ivory and rose, radiating embrace without demand for continuation or articulation. Another section nearby holds pauses with the self, moments of quiet self-acceptance arriving suddenly in stillness, inner silences where judgment dissolved into compassion, pauses where the heart simply rested in its own company. The atrium accepts every form of open-hearted quiet, every gentle pace of understanding without words. You step into the infinite space, feeling the open-hearted pauses brush your awareness like tender embraces, remembered across all time, each contact leaving a trace of tranquil light that loosens your entire being, every cell softening into complete openness to love in its purest, wordless form. Small benches of pure light stand scattered throughout the infinite atrium, inviting you to sit or simply stand in perfect silence that speaks everything. Your breath becomes part of the atrium's vast calm, drawing in layered embrace, exhaling any remaining need for words, action, or proof. Sleep rises through the infinite library like warm tranquility, ascending, sweet and inevitable, enveloping your entire being until you feel filled with heavy, embraced calm. The infinite library pulses gently around you, a lullaby of quiet understanding that needs no voice. slowing your heartbeat to match its calm persistence. Lights glow softly throughout the shelves, moments of future pause already forming, waiting in gentle patience. The stepping into the tranquil embrace feels like entering the heart's eternal silence of perfect love. Nothing needs speaking or filling tonight. Allow the open-hearted pauses to cradle you completely now, deeper into their tranquil embrace, until only the deepest, most restorative quiet carries you through the night. The golden light of the vaulted chamber softens as you continue your quiet journey, the path curving gently downward into a spacious, circular room where the walls rise in perfect symmetry, lined with shelves that hold soft and soothing pages of unread lives in eternal glow. Envelopes containing stories of entire lifetimes, paused mid-narrative, chapters written in moments of reflection, lives captured in their essence without need for conclusion or continuation. One shelf glows with particular tenderness, pages describing lives lived in quiet service, acts of care performed without recognition, love given steadily through ordinary days, existence measured in small kindnesses rather than grand achievements. The pages rest here, their envelopes warm amber and cream, radiating fulfillment without demand for legacy or remembrance. Another shelf nearby holds pages of lives lived in creative solitude, art made for the joy of making, music played for private ears, words written for the pleasure of expression alone. The room accepts every form of existence, every pace of living. You step into the circular space, feeling the unread lives brush your awareness like tender biographies offered without expectation, each contact leaving a trace of soothing light that loosens your entire being, every cell softening into complete acceptance of life as it is. Small reading lamps of soft glow stand scattered throughout, illuminating single pages open though never fully read. Words of lived experience glowing softly in quiet narrative. Your body grows impossibly heavy with each moment in the room, sinking deeper into the bed as the unread lives seep into every muscle. Sleep rises through the circular walls like warm glow, ascending sweet and inevitable, enveloping your limbs, your torso, your mind, until you feel filled with heavy, lived calm. The pages of unread lives pulse gently around you, a lullaby of quiet existence, slowing your heartbeat to match their calm persistence. Lights glow softly along certain edges, moments of future living already forming, waiting in gentle patience. The stepping into the circular room feels like honoring every life's quiet beauty. Nothing needs legacy or recognition tonight. Let the soothing pages guide you into dreams where every life glows eternally complete. The soothing glow of unread lives lingers as you move onward, the circular room's walls fading softly while the path leads through a narrow, warmly lit passage where the shelves hold relaxing transition, the gentle wing of unopened invitations, envelopes that contain calls to deeper connection, to shared vulnerability, to moments of opening the heart offered without guarantee of acceptance or response. One shelf shimmers with particular openness, invitations to friendship imagined in moments of loneliness, words of "I'd love to know you better," written but never sent, intention already traveling through quiet acts of availability. The invitations rest here, their envelopes pale green and blue, radiating possibility without demand for reply. Another shelf nearby holds invitations to love, declarations of admiration, requests for more time together, offers of the heart without armor, sealed when courage felt too tender for the moment. The wing accepts every form of reaching, every pace of risk. You walk slowly through the narrow space, feeling the unopened invitations brush your awareness like tender possibilities, waiting in quiet readiness, each contact leaving a trace of relaxing light that loosens your throat, your chest, the subtle places where connection sometimes hesitates. Small windows of soft color appear along the walls, showing gentle scenes, tomorrows of connection arriving naturally, moments of mutual opening, bonds forming without force. Your breath becomes part of the wing's slow rhythm, drawing in layered possibility, exhaling any remaining fear of rejection or exposure. Sleep rises through the gentle wing like warm invitation ascending, rich and inevitable, flowing upward through your entire being until you feel filled with heavy, open calm. The unopened invitations pulse gently around you, a lullaby of quiet courage, slowing your thoughts to single, drifting calls. Lights glow softly along certain seals, moments of future connection already forming, waiting in gentle patience. The walking through the narrow passage feels like moving through the heart's quiet hallway of welcome. Nothing needs acceptance tonight. Let the relaxing transition carry you into dreams where every invitation finds its perfect moment. The relaxing openness of unopened invitations lingers as the narrow passage opens into a vast domed hall where the light shifts to deeper rose, revealing whispered peace beyond. The archive of soul's unread stories, envelopes that contain narratives of the soul across lifetimes, chapters written in moments of deep remembrance, stories of growth and connection preserved without need for telling or completion. One section of shelves glows with particular depth, stories of souls meeting again and again, recognizing each other across forms and times, love enduring in new expressions without memory of past chapters. The stories rest here, their envelopes soft rose and gold, radiating continuity without demand for recollection. Another section nearby holds stories of individual soul journeys, lessons learned in quiet incarnations, wisdom gathered through ordinary lives, growth unfolding in subtle layers. The archive accepts every form of soul narrative, every pace of evolution. You step into the domed hall, feeling the unread stories brush your awareness like tender memories from home, each contact leaving a trace of whispered light that loosens your spirit, your heart, the subtle places where identity sometimes feels limited. Small pedestals of rose light stand scattered throughout, holding single envelopes open though never fully read. Words of soul experience glowing softly in languages beyond time. Your body grows impossibly heavy with each moment in the hall, sinking deeper into the bed as the soul's stories seep into every cell. Sleep rises through the domed space like warm peace, ascending, sweet and inevitable, enveloping your entire being until you feel filled with heavy, eternal calm. The archive of soul's unread stories pulses gently around you, a lullaby of quiet continuity, slowing your pulse to match its calm persistence. Lights glow softly throughout the sections, moments of future remembrance already forming, waiting in gentle patience. The stepping into the domed hall feels like returning to the soul's true library. Nothing needs telling tonight. Let the whispered peace guide you into dreams where every soul story continues forever. The whispered continuity of soul stories lingers as the domed hall's rose light begins to soften, the path leading through a wide, warmly lit corridor where the shelves hold bedtime harmony in the infinite library of unsent blessings. Envelopes that contain words of blessing offered in moments of quiet gratitude, well wishes extended to others, to the world, to life itself, sealed without need for delivery or acknowledgement. One shelf glows with particular warmth, blessings for loved ones, hopes for their happiness, health, fulfillment, written in moments of deep appreciation, sent in spirit rather than post. The blessings rest here, their envelopes warm gold and white, radiating goodwill without demand for receipt. Another shelf nearby holds blessings for strangers, and the world wishes for peace in troubled places, kindness among people, beauty preserved in nature, offered quietly from the heart's overflow. The library accepts every form of goodwill, every pace of offering. You walk slowly through the wide corridor, feeling the unsent blessings brush your awareness like tender benedictions arriving unasked, each contact leaving a trace of harmonious light that loosens your entire being, every cell softening into complete gratitude. Small lanterns of soft gold hang from the ceiling, casting gentle pools that show faint scenes, tomorrows of blessing circulating, moments of quiet good received, harmony arriving through unseen channels. Your breath becomes part of the library's slow rhythm, drawing in layered blessing, exhaling any remaining sense of lack or separation. Sleep rises through the infinite shelves like warm harmony ascending, rich and inevitable, flowing upward through your entire being until you feel filled with heavy, blessed calm. The unsent blessings pulse gently around you, a lullaby of quiet goodwill, slowing your thoughts to single, drifting wishes. Lights glow softly along certain edges, moments of future blessing already forming, waiting in gentle patience. The walking through the wide corridor feels like moving through the heart's infinite well of good. Nothing needs delivery tonight. Let the bedtime harmony carry you into dreams where every blessing finds its way home. The harmonious goodwill of unsent blessings lingers as the wide corridor opens into a vast open space where the light shifts to deeper pearl, revealing float into calm. The serene shelves of unread compassion, envelopes that contain acts of compassion expressed in words when actions felt impossible, understanding offered to those in pain, empathy captured in quiet moments of witnessing suffering without ability to change it. One shelf glows with particular depth, compassion for those struggling with illness or loss, words of "I see your pain, I hold you in my heart," written in moments of helpless witnessing, sealed with quiet solidarity. The compassion rests here, its envelopes soft pearl and blue, radiating empathy without demand for relief. Another shelf nearby holds compassion for the world's wounds, understanding for collective pain, quiet holding of humanity's struggles, empathy extended to all beings in their shared fragility. The shelves accept every form of caring witness, every pace of holding space. You step into the open space, feeling the unread compassion brush your awareness like tender arms around the world's pain, each contact leaving a trace of calm light that loosens your heart, your spirit, the subtle places where suffering once felt unbearable. Small fountains of pearl light bubble quietly throughout, their water made of pure empathy, carrying faint sounds of quiet breathing that exist only in feeling. Your breath becomes part of the space's vast calm, drawing in layered compassion, exhaling any remaining weight of the world's sorrow. Sleep rises through the serene shelves like warm calm ascending, sweet and inevitable, enveloping your entire being until you feel filled with heavy, compassionate calm. The unread compassion pulses gently around you, a lullaby of quiet holding, slowing your heartbeat to match its calm persistence. Lights glow softly along certain edges, moments of future empathy already forming, waiting in gentle patience. The stepping into the open space feels like entering the heart's infinite capacity to hold pain with love. Nothing needs fixing tonight. Let the serene shelves float you into dreams where compassion flows endlessly gentle. As you linger a little longer in the serene wing of gently sealed envelopes, the moonlight filtering through the high windows begins to shift, growing warmer and more golden like the first hint of dawn touching the edges of night. The path invites you forward once more, curving gently into a new chamber where the air feels lighter, almost buoyant, carrying the faint scent of fresh parchment and blooming jasmine. This is the relaxing transition, the gentle wing of unopened invitations, envelopes filled with calls to connection that were written in moments of quiet courage, words reaching out to friends old and new, to possibilities of closeness, to shared laughter and vulnerability, yet sealed with the understanding that the offering itself was enough. One shelf along the curved wall catches the golden light with particular warmth, invitations to those who once drifted away, gentle words saying, "I've missed you, let's find our way back if it feels right," written when the heart longed for reconnection, but trusted timing above all. The invitations rest here, their envelopes soft green and cream, radiating openness without any pressure for reply. Another shelf nearby holds invitations to new beginnings, words extended to potential friends, collaborators, or loves, expressing genuine interest in knowing someone more deeply, sealed when the moment felt tender rather than urgent. The wing accepts every kind of reaching, every shade of hope for togetherness. You step slowly into the space, feeling the unopened invitations brush against your awareness like soft possibilities, waiting patiently, each touch leaving a trace of relaxing light that eases your shoulders, your chest, the quiet places where fear of rejection sometimes hides. Small tables of light stand scattered throughout, holding single envelopes slightly ajar, their words glowing faintly with quiet welcome. Your body settles deeper into rest with every breath, the bed far away becoming an extension of this gentle wing, cradling you completely. Sleep rises through the shelves like warm invitation ascending, sweet and inevitable, flowing upward through your arms, your neck, your thoughts, until you feel filled with heavy, open calm. The gentle wing pulses softly around you, a lullaby of quiet courage to connect, slowing your heartbeat to match its patient rhythm. Lights glow along certain seals, moments of future togetherness already forming, waiting without hurry. The stepping into this wing feels like standing in the heart's open doorway. Nothing needs response tonight. Let the relaxing transition carry you gently forward, deeper into dreams where every invitation finds its perfect season. The relaxing openness of unopened invitations stays with you like a soft promise as the gentle wing begins to widen, the golden light growing richer and more encompassing, guiding you into a vast, circular archive where the walls curve in perfect harmony, lined with shelves that hold whispered peace beyond. The archive of soul's unread stories, envelopes containing the deeper narratives of the soul across time, chapters written in moments of profound remembrance, stories of growth, love, and quiet, becoming preserved without need for telling or conclusion in this life. One section shimmers with particular depth. Stories of souls recognizing each other across lifetimes, moments of "I know you" felt without explanation, bonds that endure beyond form or memory. The stories rest here, their envelopes deep rose and silver, radiating continuity without demand for recollection. Another section nearby holds stories of individual soul journeys, lessons learned in silence, wisdom gathered through ordinary struggles and joys, growth unfolding in layers too subtle for words. The archive accepts every thread of the soul's tapestry, every gentle pace of evolution. You step into the circular space, feeling the unread stories brush your awareness like familiar melodies half remembered, each touch leaving a trace of whispered light that loosens your spirit, your heart, the quiet places where identity sometimes feels fragmented. Small pedestals of rose light stand scattered throughout, holding single envelopes open, though never fully read. Words of soul experience glowing in languages of pure feeling. Your body grows heavier with each moment in the archive, sinking deeper into rest as the soul's stories seep into every cell. Sleep rises through the circular walls like warm peace, ascending sweet and inevitable, enveloping your entire being until you feel filled with heavy, eternal calm. The archive of soul's unread stories pulses softly around you, a lullaby of quiet continuity across all time, slowing your thoughts to single, drifting chapters. Lights glow along certain edges, moments of future remembrance already forming, waiting in gentle patience. The stepping into the circular archive feels like coming home to the soul's true narrative. Nothing needs telling tonight. Let the whispered peace guide you gently onward, deeper into dreams where every soul story unfolds forever. The whispered continuity of soul stories carries you forward as the circular archive's rose light begins to warm into a deeper gold, the path leading into a wide, sunlit corridor where the shelves hold bedtime harmony in the infinite library of unsent blessings, envelopes filled with words of blessing offered in moments of quiet gratitude, well wishes extended to loved ones, strangers, the world itself, sealed because the giving was complete in the heart. One shelf glows with particular warmth, blessings for those facing hardship, hopes for strength, comfort, unexpected help arriving just when needed, written in moments of helpless caring, sent in spirit rather than post. The blessings rest here, their envelopes warm gold and white, radiating goodwill without need for receipt. Another shelf nearby holds blessings for everyday lives, wishes for small joys to multiply, for ordinary days to feel extraordinary, for love to be felt in quiet ways. The library accepts every form of goodwill, every gentle offering from the heart. You walk slowly through the sunlit corridor, feeling the unsent blessings brush your awareness like tender benedictions arriving unasked, each touch leaving a trace of harmonious light that loosens your entire being, every cell softening into complete gratitude. Small lanterns of soft gold hang from the ceiling, casting gentle pools that show faint scenes, tomorrows of blessings circulating, moments of quiet good received, harmony arriving through unseen channels. Your breath becomes part of the library's slow rhythm, drawing in layered blessing, exhaling any remaining sense of lack. Sleep rises through the infinite shelves like warm harmony, ascending rich and inevitable, flowing upward through your entire being until you feel filled with heavy, blessed calm. The unsent blessings pulse softly around you, a lullaby of quiet goodwill that needs no return, slowing your heartbeat to match its calm persistence. Lights glow along certain edges, moments of future blessing already forming, waiting in gentle patience. The walking through the sunlit corridor feels like moving through the heart's infinite well of good. Nothing needs delivery tonight. Let the bedtime harmony wrap you gently now, deeper into dreams where every blessing flows endlessly home. The harmonious goodwill of unsent blessings stays with you like a quiet song as the sunlit corridor opens into a vast, open space where the light shifts to deeper pearl, revealing float into calm. The serene shelves of unread compassion, envelopes that contain acts of compassion expressed in words when actions felt impossible, understanding offered to those in pain, empathy captured in moments of witnessing suffering without ability to change it. One shelf glows with particular depth, compassion for those struggling alone, words of "you are not forgotten, your pain is seen," written in moments of helpless caring, sealed with quiet solidarity. The compassion rests here, its envelopes, soft pearl and blue, radiating empathy without demand for relief. Another shelf nearby holds compassion for the world's wounds, understanding for collective grief, quiet holding of humanity's shared fragility, empathy extended to all beings in their vulnerability. The shelves accept every form of caring witness, every gentle holding of space. You step into the open space, feeling the unread compassion brush your awareness like tender arms around the world's pain. Each touch leaving a trace of calm light that loosens your heart, your spirit, the quiet places where suffering once felt unbearable. Small fountains of pearl light bubble quietly throughout, their water made of pure empathy, carrying faint sounds of quiet breathing. Your breath becomes part of the space's vast calm, drawing in layered compassion, exhaling any remaining weight of sorrow. Sleep rises through the serene shelves like warm calm ascending, sweet and inevitable, enveloping your entire being, until you feel filled with heavy, compassionate calm. The unread compassion pulses softly around you, a lullaby of quiet holding that needs no fixing, slowing your heartbeat to match its calm persistence. Lights glow along certain edges, moments of future empathy already forming, waiting in gentle patience. The stepping into the open space feels like entering the heart's infinite capacity to hold pain with love. Nothing needs changing tonight. Let the serene shelves float you gently now, deeper into dreams where compassion flows, endlessly tender. The compassionate calm of unread empathy carries you forward as the open space begins to narrow softly into a final, intimate chamber where the light deepens into the richest pearl yet, revealing gentle journey home. Unread letters in loving suspension, envelopes that hold messages suspended between worlds, words offered in pure love to those on the other side, to future selves, to the greater mystery, resting in perfect trust that connection endures beyond form. One shelf glows with particular tenderness, letters to those who have passed, final thoughts of love, gratitude for shared time, quiet promises to carry their light forward, sealed with acceptance that love continues in new ways. The letters rest here, their envelopes soft pearl and rose, radiating connection without need for earthly reply. Another shelf nearby holds letters to the greater mystery, questions asked in wonder, thanks offered for life's quiet gifts, trust extended to the unseen flow. The chamber accepts every bridge of love across boundaries, every gentle pace of eternal connection. You step into the intimate space, feeling the suspended letters brush your awareness like tender threads of light connecting all that is, each touch leaving a trace of loving light that loosens your entire being, every cell softening into complete trust. Small pedestals of pure pearl stand scattered throughout, holding single envelopes open, though never needing answer. Words of love glowing in languages of pure feeling. Your body grows impossibly heavy with each moment in the chamber, sinking deeper into rest as the loving suspension seeps into every cell. Sleep rises through the intimate space like warm love ascending, sweet and inevitable, enveloping your entire being until you feel filled with heavy, connected calm. The unread letters in loving suspension pulse softly around you, a lullaby of eternal bond, slowing your heartbeat to match its calm persistence. Lights glow along certain seals, moments of eternal connection already present, waiting in gentle patience. The stepping into the intimate chamber feels like arriving at the heart's true home, beyond all separation. Nothing needs crossing tonight. Let the gentle journey home carry you completely now, deeper into dreams where love holds everything forever. The pearl light of the ultimate heart lingers around you like the softest breath of dawn that never quite arrives. Every petal and glow now woven so deeply into your own quiet rhythm that the valley feels like an extension of your heartbeat. Slowly, almost reluctantly, the vast bed of light begins to rise, carrying you upward through layers of warm air that feel like ascending through memories of perfect peace, each one lighter and cooler than the last, yet always loving, always holding. This is the gentle journey home, unread letters in loving suspension. Envelopes that hold messages suspended between worlds, words offered in pure love to those on the other side, to future selves, to the greater mystery, resting in perfect trust that connection endures beyond any form or time. One shelf along the curving wall glows with particular tenderness, letters to those who have passed, final thoughts of love, quiet gratitude for shared moments, gentle promises to carry their light forward in daily ways, sealed with the understanding that love travels in ways words cannot capture. The letters rest here, their envelopes soft pearl and rose, radiating connection without need for earthly reply or sign. Another shelf nearby holds letters to the greater mystery, questions asked in wonder during quiet nights, thanks offered for life's small miracles, trust extended to the unseen flow that guides everything. The chamber accepts every bridge of love across boundaries, every gentle form of eternal dialogue. You float slowly through the rising space, feeling the suspended letters brush your awareness like tender threads of light connecting all that is and ever was, each touch leaving a trace of loving light that loosens your entire being, every cell softening into complete trust in love's timeless nature. Small pedestals of pure pearl stand scattered throughout, holding single envelopes open though never needing answer. Words of love glowing in languages of pure feeling that dissolve and reform in slow, loving motion. Your body grows lighter, yet heavier with peace, sinking deeper into rest far away as the loving suspension seeps into every breath. Sleep rises through the chamber, like warm love, ascending, sweet and inevitable, enveloping your limbs, your heart, your thoughts, until you feel filled with heavy, connected calm that knows no separation. The unread letters in loving suspension pulse softly around you, a lullaby of eternal bond that needs no delivery, slowing your heartbeat to match its calm persistence. Lights glow along certain seals, moments of eternal connection, already present, waiting in gentle patience. The floating through the rising space feels like being carried home by love itself. Nothing needs crossing or reply tonight. Let the gentle journey home guide you softly now, deeper into dreams where love holds everything forever in perfect suspension. The loving suspension carries you upward a little further, the chamber's pearl rose glow beginning to blend with the familiar darkness behind your eyelids, the valley's presence now traveling with you like a quiet companion who never truly leaves. This is the tranquil tales from the eternal library of unopened heart. Envelopes that contain the deepest feelings of the heart offered without condition. Vulnerabilities shared in private moments with the page. Love expressed in its purest form and allowed to rest without need for return or recognition. One shelf shimmers with particular depth. Letters from the heart to itself across years. Moments of raw honesty about fear, longing, joy too intense for words, self-love arriving in quiet admissions of worth despite everything. The hearts rest here, their envelopes warm ivory and deep rose, radiating self-companionship without demand for change. Another shelf nearby holds letters from the heart to the world, quiet declarations of belonging, love for humanity in all its messiness, hope offered even in dark times. The library accepts every opening of the heart, every pace of vulnerability. You rise slowly through the blending light, feeling the unopened hearts brush your awareness like tender companions walking beside you always, each touch leaving a trace of tranquil light that loosens your spirit, your emotions, the subtle places where the heart sometimes closes. Small windows of soft glow appear along the ascent, showing gentle scenes, tomorrows of heart opening naturally, moments of quiet courage to feel fully, love flowing inward and outward without barrier. Your breath becomes part of the library's vast calm, drawing in layered tranquility, exhaling any remaining guard around feeling. Sleep rises through the eternal library like warm tale ascending, rich and inevitable, enveloping your entire being until you feel filled with heavy, open-hearted calm. The unopened hearts pulse softly around you, a lullaby of quiet vulnerability, honored, slowing your thoughts to single, drifting feelings. Lights glow along certain edges, moments of future opening already forming, waiting in gentle patience. The rising through the blending light feels like carrying the heart's eternal library home. Nothing needs sharing or guarding tonight. Let the tranquil tales guide you softly now, deeper into dreams where every heart rests open and loved. The tranquil openness of unopened hearts accompanies you as the ascent continues, the pearl rose glow now mingling with the familiar quiet of your own room, the valley's presence settling into your chest like a quiet friend who has come to stay. This is the soothing silence among unread volumes of quiet understanding, envelopes that contain moments when understanding arrived without words, silences shared where everything was known, connections felt in perfect quiet rather than speech. One shelf glows with particular serenity, volumes of understanding between close ones, moments when eyes met and souls spoke directly, silences after shared joy or sorrow where no explanation was needed, presence itself the complete communication. The understanding rests here, its volumes soft grey and silver, radiating silence without demand for articulation. Another shelf nearby holds volumes of self-understanding, quiet moments alone when pieces fell into place, acceptance arriving in stillness, inner dialogue softening into simple being. The silence accepts every form of knowing without saying, every pace of recognition. You rise gently through the mingling light, feeling the unread volumes brush your awareness like tender silences remembered, each touch leaving a trace of soothing light that loosens your mind, your spirit, the subtle places where words sometimes overcomplicate. Small pockets of pure silence appear along the ascent, holding gentle scenes, tomorrows of quiet knowing, moments of shared presence without need for talk, understanding deepening in everyday stillness. Your breath becomes part of the silence's vast calm, drawing in layered quiet, exhaling any remaining need for explanation. Sleep rises through the soothing silence like warm understanding ascending, rich and inevitable, enveloping your entire being until you feel filled with heavy, silent calm. The unread volumes pulse softly around you, a lullaby of quiet knowing that needs no voice, slowing your heartbeat to match its calm persistence. Lights glow along certain edges, moments of future understanding already forming, waiting in gentle patience. The rising through the mingling light feels like carrying silence home as the truest companion. Nothing needs speaking tonight. Let the soothing silence guide you softly now, deeper into dreams where understanding flows wordlessly eternal. The soothing silence accompanies you as the ascent nears its gentle completion, the pearl glow now blending fully with the familiar darkness of closed eyes, the valley's presence settling into every breath, like a quiet promise kept. This is the hushed bliss, the peaceful archive of incomplete correspondence, envelopes that contain conversations paused mid-flow, dialogues that shifted into comfortable quiet, messages begun and allowed to rest because the connection was already complete. One archive section glows with particular bliss, correspondence with dear friends where words trailed off into shared laughter or silence, the pause itself, the perfect ending. The correspondence rests here, its envelopes soft cream and blue, radiating bliss without demand for continuation. Another section nearby holds correspondence with life itself, questions asked, and allowed to remain open, conversations with existence that found peace in not needing answers. The archive accepts every form of incomplete exchange, every pace of natural pause. You rise the final distance, feeling the incomplete correspondence brush your awareness like tender conversations remembered fondly, each touch leaving a trace of hushed light that loosens your entire being, every cell softening into complete contentment with what is. Small pockets of pure bliss appear along the final ascent, holding gentle scenes, tomorrows of natural pauses, moments of shared quiet that say everything, correspondence ending exactly when it should. Your breath becomes part of the archive's vast calm, drawing in layered bliss, exhaling any remaining need for completion or reply. Sleep rises through the peaceful archive like warm bliss, ascending, rich and inevitable, enveloping your entire being until you feel filled with heavy, complete calm. The incomplete correspondence pulses softly around you, a lullaby of quiet contentment, slowing your heartbeat to match its calm persistence. Lights glow along certain edges, moments of future pause already forming, waiting in gentle patience. The nearing completion of the ascent feels like arriving at the heart's quiet acceptance of beautiful incompleteness. Nothing needs finishing tonight. Let the hushed bliss guide you softly now, deeper into dreams where every conversation rests perfectly paused. The hushed bliss of incomplete correspondence carries you the final gentle distance, the pearl glow now fully merged with the familiar quiet of your own rest. The valley's presence settling into your heart like a quiet friend who has walked you all the way home. This is the relax and release, wandering the light-filled unread stacks, envelopes that contain thoughts offered freely into the quiet, reflections released without need for response or record, feelings allowed to wander like light through open windows. One stack shimmers with particular release, thoughts about daily life offered to the quiet, observations of beauty, small frustrations dissolved in words, gratitude captured in fleeting moments. The stacks rest here, their envelopes soft white and gold, radiating release without demand for keeping or sharing. Another stack nearby holds deeper wanderings, questions about meaning, longings for peace, quiet admissions of wonder or weariness, allowed to drift without anchoring. The light-filled stacks accept every form of wandering thought, every pace of release into quiet. You settle the final step into complete rest, feeling the unread stacks brush your awareness like tender thoughts drifting away, each touch leaving a trace of relaxing light that loosens your mind, your body, the subtle places where thoughts sometimes circle. Small windows of soft glow linger in awareness, showing gentle scenes, tomorrows of thoughts released naturally, moments of quiet mind arriving through simple presence, wanderings finding peace in not needing destination. Your breath becomes part of the stack's vast calm, drawing in layered release, exhaling any remaining grasp on thinking or holding. Sleep rises through the light-filled stacks like warm release, ascending, rich and inevitable, enveloping your entire being until you feel filled with heavy, wandering calm. The unread stacks pulse softly around you, a lullaby of quiet drifting, slowing your heartbeat to match its calm persistence. Lights glow along certain edges, moments of future release already forming, waiting in gentle patience. The settling into complete rest feels like finally allowing every thought to wander home to quiet. Nothing needs holding or resolving tonight. Let the light-filled unread stacks guide you softly now, deeper into dreams where every wandering finds perfect peace. The tranquil dialogue of perpetual correspondence lingers as the passage opens into a vast circular chamber where the ceiling rises into a dome painted with soft, swirling auroras of light, revealing the soft descent to the light. Unread letters calling tenderly. Envelopes that seem to reach out with gentle invitation, messages written in moments of pure longing or love, calling softly across distance or time without demand for answer. One section of shelves glows particularly tenderly, letters calling to lost loves, words of "I still think of you," memories shared in quiet detail, affection offered without expectation of return. The letters rest here, their envelopes edged in soft rows, calling tenderly without insistence. Another section nearby holds letters calling to future possibilities, invitations to new chapters, hopes expressed in vivid detail, quiet summons to growth and change. The chamber accepts every form of call, every pace of reaching. You step into the circular space, feeling the calling letters brush your awareness like tender voices from afar, each contact leaving a trace of soft light that loosens your entire being, every cell softening into complete openness. Small pedestals of pure light stand scattered throughout, holding single envelopes open though never fully answered, words glowing with quiet longing that dissolves into acceptance. Your body grows impossibly heavy with each moment in the chamber, sinking deeper into the bed as the calling letters seep into every muscle. Sleep rises through the domed space like warm call ascending, sweet and inevitable, enveloping your entire being until you feel filled with heavy, called calm. The unread letters calling tenderly pulse, gently around you, a lullaby of quiet reaching, slowing your heartbeat to match their calm persistence. Lights glow softly throughout the auroras, moments of future response already forming, waiting without pressure. The stepping into the circular chamber feels like hearing the heart's quiet summons answered in silence. Nothing needs answering tonight,